I am full of gratitude. Let me tell you my story. I am one of the 2.8 million Filipinos who got COVID at the peak in September when cases reached 26,000 a day. My story might seem insignificant right now because the cases are falling at below 2,000 a day, sometimes 1,000 a day. But this is different. I participated in a clinical trial at the PGH. When I was looking for stories in YouTube, I noticed that most of them were over a year ago when the COVID symptoms were much different today when some of us have gotten 2 doses of the vaccine. So I was looking for materials. Fortunately, I have a sister, Dr. Belen Dafitas, who guided me in the treatment, and she also advised me that there are clinical trials. I wanted to take a chance in this. During my stay at the hospital, I wrote a diary of my COVID symptoms, and I would like to share them with you. I interviewed my sister, Dr. Belen Dafitas, in part 1 of these 3 episodes, which is early symptoms of COVID, and part 2, the Swiss cheese model for COVID-19. See the description below for the links. My husband reported sniffles the night before, so I told him to isolate. It could be COVID. I had no symptoms. At 4 p.m. we got tested. I had itchy throat at around 9 p.m. With expedited testing, I found out that I was positive by 10 p.m. I felt like there was so much phlegm when I tried to expectorate. Day 2. I informed the 2 doctors in the family, Dr. Belen Dafitas and Dr. David Lardizabal, informed me that I should get monitored because of my co-morbidities. Belen informed me of various options and the clinical trials in various hospitals. In a Zoom chat, we discussed about the possibility of getting confined for a clinical trial. I was hesitant because I was afraid to get infected with other viruses or bacteria in a hospital setting. By noontime, calling my HMO was useless. After waiting for over 30 minutes, for them to reply, I decided to participate in a clinical trial. Not only would I contribute to science, but I would also get monitored. My heart, lungs, and blood chemistry would be monitored. My husband decided not to join me for the trial. Day 3. I experienced productive cough with itchy throat, but not as pronounced as day 1. Sniffles, felt chills that made me sleepy, body malaise, headache, energy level is down. I brought along my blue air purifier. I was given zinc sulfate, vitamin C daily. So take note, I am reading what I wrote in my diary. My resting heart rate is faster at 90 beats per minute, which has not happened before. In the hospital, I was regularly monitored for oxygen and temperature. As part of the clinical trial, I had laboratory tests to check if I would be qualified for the trial. That night, I was informed I was qualified. Fortunately, my blood sugar, blood pressure, and ECG for the heart was normal. Day 4 and day 1 of the trial. Headache in the morning. Felt a bit of body malaise, but not as bad as yesterday afternoon. Sniffles and sneezing this morning. And I had a sneezing fit at noon. Dry cough after lunch. You know that feeling when you have colds? That's how I feel. I continue to take vitamin C and zinc. I will be injected with enoxaparin until my discharge. This is an anticoagulation dosing recommended for COVID-19 patients to prevent thrombosis. I was able to attend a training session, but I fell asleep while watching the lecture. My horror, I forgot to disable the video. Day 5. It's that feeling of having colds. I had a sneezing fit early morning. I also had a nagging headache. I occasionally cough, and it is drier this time. I noticed I could not smell nor taste at breakfast. I can't taste the banana or smell the rubbing alcohol. How sad. Felt sleepy in the afternoon. I fell asleep while attending online class in the morning. Then I felt a slight headache on my left side, but I'm more awake in the afternoon. Day 6. I'm beginning to feel better this morning compared to the past days. A bit of a cough, no headache, more blood tests because of the trial. I turn on my purifier and wear a mask all the time when the healthcare workers enter my room. When I cough, there is some white phlegm. I wrote down that I hope this getting better continues. I know I must check day 5 to 10. I felt so sleepy late morning, so I took a 3-hour nap. I had a slight headache just before sleeping. Day 7. I woke up to a productive cough. Whitey phlegm. I felt my voice is congested. No headache, but I still can taste and smell. Tasting a bit of the pomelo. It's so sad I could not taste the rare ripe mango. I'm bothered by the phlegm on my throat. I coughed again, but with phlegm. I just kept drinking water and gargling with betadine. I would also spray my throat with the betadine throat spray. I could taste a bit of the saba and pomelo and calamansi that I added on my fish, but generally I can't taste. That night, I talked to my sisters on virtual reality using the Oculus Quest 2 and V-Time. I bought a piece of home into my hospital bed. It's such a nice touch of quilt and a throw pillow. Today is day 8 and I'm feeling better than yesterday. At early dawn, I was coughing a lot with phlegm. When I woke up this morning, I felt there's less phlegm in my throat. I feel better than yesterday. Good energy. Felt a bit sleepy in the afternoon. I also used the Oculus headset to enhance my meditation and breathing exercise. Day 9. I woke up late, so sleepy. I feel so much better. I can only check the progress day to day, and I compare it day 9 compared to day 8 and day 8 compared to day 7. So I hope I'm recovered. Of course, I have to rest. I don't have much phlegm and coughing. I think I can discern a bit of my taste, but not on smell. I napped a bit. I was able to taste the fish at dinner time, which had a tinge of calamansi. Day 10 and day 7 of trial. I feel great. I'll be discharged today after all the blood extraction and x-ray. I had Starbucks for breakfast, a tuna salad sandwich. I tasted the candy to check if I had my sense of taste back. I could also smell a bit of the rubbing alcohol. I ate apple for lunch because I could taste it. I was so excited to pack and get ready for my discharge. I finally left at around 4:40 p.m. I arrived home at 6:45 p.m. I am told that 14 days isolation is for Delta variant, even if my case is mild.
Studies have shown that the SARS-CoV-2 virus actually are most likely dead beyond 10 days.
After day 10, all my symptoms disappeared. I got better, but I knew I had to slow down because my body is still recovering from COVID. The clinical trial also had a post-COVID checkup on day 10, day 14, day 21, and day 28. So I was also monitored, my heart, lungs, there's x-ray, and there is ECG, and also the laboratory work. I also consulted with my cardiologist just so he could check on my heart and also my lungs. What have I learned from my COVID experience? 1, it pays to have regular exercise, a balanced diet, a bit of sunshine, taking food supplements like vitamin D, vitamin C, and zinc. Number 2, having an oximeter and a thermometer to monitor the temperature and the oxygen saturation is very important, especially in the first few days. 3, it's important to know the symptoms of COVID-19. Number 4, if you have the opportunity to participate in a clinical trial, consult with your doctor and find out if that's good for you. I chose the clinical trial because I wanted to be monitored, especially that I have 3 co-morbidities. Number 5, there are many antiviral drugs against COVID-19 virus. The Food and Drug Administration, or the FDA, has a list of antiviral drugs under the Compassionate Special Permit. So stay safe, stay healthy, and I hope you learned something from my COVID story.